Ladies and gentlemen, there's a very interesting article in the Daily Nation today. Inside Orengo Sifuna silent supremacy battle in Linda Mwananchi. Let me just read for you the first and the second paragraph and maybe the third paragraph only. Because this is something which I had actually predicted on this platform. And for those who follow this channel very closely, I also predicted that Babu Owino will not allow Edwin Sifuna and James Orengo to overshadow him. That war will also erupt very soon. Let me read for you. Let me take you through this article. It says here, silent but friendly supremacy battle between Siaya Governor James Orengo and Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna over who is the de facto leader of breakaway Linda Mwananchi faction has emerged. Mr. Orengo and Sifuna are widely seen as the face of the group, with Embakasi East MP Babu Owino being overshadowed by the duo. According to TIFA survey released last week, Sifuna is the most preferred within the Linda Mwananchi and fourth nationally, polling at 10%. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin this video by asking you a question. Between Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo, and Babu Owino, who is the force behind Linda Mwananchi? I want us to be honest to an extent that if today one of them were to leave for another formation, you would follow between Sifuna. Because for me, I strongly believe that Edwin Sifuna is the force behind Linda Mwananchi. But James Orengo is the senior most. And James Orengo is a veteran in politics. James Orengo did something which Sifuna and Babu Owino did not see. During their rally in Kisumu, James Orengo declared himself the ODM party leader.
Na mjue Secretary General, katibu mkuu ya ODM ni nani? SGS ni nani? Na kwa sababu Oburu hawezi jana Kisumu, kwa sababu Oburu hawezi, sasa Orengo is the acting party leader of ODM. Asante.
Sifuna and Babu failed to understand why Orengo made that declaration. And indeed, they supported James Orengo.
Chama cha ODM kiko na katiba inasema tuitishe uchaguzi, Mheshimiwa James Orengo ajitangaze aseme anasimama kiti ya party leader. Tukutane na huyo Oburu. Mnaona nani atashinda hapo? Nani atashinda? Orengo ama Oburu? Party leader Marwa kuja. Party leader Marwa kuja hapa.
Na tuko hapa na baba yetu. Baba ambaye anatupenda. Baba wa ukweli. James Agri Orengo. Orengo ni.
Today, let me reveal to you guys why Orengo declared himself the ODM party leader. Number one, he wanted to be the leader of that particular group. Because remember, Linda Mwananchi was formed to counter Linda Ground. How was Linda Ground formed? After the handshake between Raila and Ruto, many ODM supporters felt that Raila Odinga committed a mistake. But because of Raila, they did not make noise. So when Raila Odinga passed on and Oburu was installed as the acting party leader, there was a strong feeling within the ODM party that they needed to go to the ground and consolidate the support. Because by that time, Linda Mwananchi was not there. But there were vocal voices who were opposed to the broad-based government. So Buru Dinga, Gladys Wanga and the group formed Linda Ground to go and consolidate ODM bases. That's how Edwin Sifuna, Orengo and Waini countered that by forming a parallel. So what Orengo is now trying to do is that on the other side, there is Buru Dinga as the leader. On this side, there was no leader. So he wanted to become the automatic leader. That was going to elevate him way above Sifuna and above Waini. The second reason why James Orengo declared himself the party leader is because of the 2027 presidential bid. ODM constitution is very clear on who should become the presidential candidate. Edwin Sifuna became very popular, very powerful. Waini has always been very popular, very powerful within Linda Mwananchi. But they are not declared their interest. Sifuna is really being pushed to run. But Orengo is strategic. He's declaring himself the party leader. Then these guys endorse that position. Then the constitution of the party says that he is the automatic presidential candidate. So he wants to be the automatic presidential candidate. So that today in the Republic of Kenya, we know and understand that Orengo wants to become the Linda Mwananchi presidential candidate. That is the war which is currently happening in Linda Mwananchi. And for those who followed the Kisumu rally, it was hugely successful. Who do you want to attribute that success to? Is it Sifuna? Is it Babu? Or is it Orengo? The truth is, the Kisumu rally was successful because of Waini. And Waini is a wise man. He also wanted to send a message to Orengo and to Sifuna that when it comes to the Luo politics, he is the king. And that's why anybody who's been following Orengo of late has been making a lot of political moves. He was in Muhoroni, where he attracted huge crowd. Then he went to Nyakach. He also attracted huge crowd. And of course, his people have been printing banners and t-shirts bearing the name Orengo, the de facto leader. But the question is, why are they fighting silently with Sifuna? Number one is for their own political survival. Let me ask you, do you think Edwin Sifuna can sacrifice being the Secretary General of ODM Party just to retain the senator for Nairobi? Do you think James Orengo can just decide now to go to Linda Ground without an objective? These gentlemen are fighting for their political survival. For James Orengo, he must prove to the Luo nation that indeed he is the party leader. That indeed he is qualified to be the presidential candidate. And he's been saying this, that the Luo nation must produce a presidential candidate, and he is that presidential candidate. So for Orengo to survive politically, because the governor is gone, Orengo cannot be, I doubt if he is interested in becoming the governor of Siaya again. He is interested in the presidency. So for him to survive, he must be seen to be the leader, because it's very awkward for Orengo to be seen to be deputizing Sifuna, but cannot support Oburu in ODM. When you now talk of politics being local. For Sifuna, he's under a lot of pressure from his supporters. They want him to be the leader. They want him to be the presidential candidate. And therefore, he's not allowing Orengo to take the limelight. So these two are fighting for their political survival. Number two is Raila Odinga succession politics. In ODM party, in the Luo nation, and in the Republic of Kenya. And that's why Edwin Sifuna has always maintained that the spirit of Baba is with him. And sometimes you have to give credit where it is due. Orengo has done his part. But the current popularity of Linda Mwananchi, you can't take it away from Edwin Sifuna. And Edwin Sifuna is seeing Orengo as trying to take that away from him.
Mimi kama James Orengo, mimi ndio de facto party leader ya chama cha ODM. Sasa ndugu yangu Matiang'i, ukitaka kuongea na ODM usiwe na wasiwasi. I am ready to talk with you and Stephen Kalonzo to save this country called Kenya.
When ODM supporters talk of Baba spirit is in Linda Mwananchi, they don't mean Orengo, they mean Sifuna. So they believe that Sifuna has emerged to succeed Raila Amolo Odinga. But for Orengo, he wants to be seen to be the successor of Raila Amolo Odinga, particularly for the Luo Nyanza politics. Which brings me to my third point. Orengo wants to be on the negotiating table. In Linda Mwananchi, we had Sifuna and Babu initially. Then Ososi, you know what happened to my friend Ososi in Kisumu? Then he was elevated. Orengo declared himself the party leader. He's now also elevated. So the four are at the top there. So all of them wants to be on the negotiating table. And that's why even Orengo has now borrowed these words from Babu Wine.
There must be one of us on the table. If one of us is not on the table, we break that table until one of us is on the table. Agenda yetu ni moja tu. Tukiondoa Ruto, kumuondoa tu 80% ya shida zetu zitakuwa zimeenda na yeye.
And lastly, these two are also fighting over generational change. Sifuna and the group, and I did a video about Caleb Amisi the other day. They've been pushing for generational change. But Orengo believes that is the change, but the age is not on his side. Sifuna, the group, believes that it is the time for Orengo now to hold their hands. So they don't want just to give it to Orengo to be the face. They want Orengo to be someone who is going to guide them as they run the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if Linda Mwananchi will not be able to unite, do you think they will agree to team up with the united opposition? I don't think so. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.